As I have said many, many, many times, you're never going to catch me crying tears over our enemies and the enemies of our country, the people who have dedicated themselves to the prospect of the destruction of our republic, the destruction of our democracy. You're not going to see me crying tears when they are going head to head. And that's what's taking place right now within MAGA world among two different factions. I talked about it on Friday. One is the oligarch billionaire faction that wants cheap labor to be able to exploit immigrants using the H-1B visa. And then the other is the racist faction of MAGA that wants no more immigration into the country, even though immigration is absolutely a net positive for our economy and our society at large. Right now, Steve Bannon has weighed into that fight. He had Laura Loomer. I've got a couple clips from that I'm going to play. But he took Together, I guess that's still a social media platform, and he said, someone please notify Child Protective Services. We need to do a quote-unquote wellness check on this toddler. The toddler in question, Elon Musk himself, the president-elect in shadow form for Donald Trump, who tweeted this: the reason I'm in America along with so many critical people who built SpaceX, Tesla, and hundreds of other companies that made America strong is because of H-1B. You'll remember Elon Musk's brother on stage with Elon Musk outed them both as having been illegal immigrants, whether it be they took advantage of H-1B and then once it expired stayed in the country illegally. They are what they deplore. He continues, take a big step back and fuck yourself in the face, says the richest man in the world. I will go to war on this issue, the likes of which you cannot possibly comprehend. Are you worried about little Elon Musk's war? A man who hasn't been within 100 kilometers of a forward area, maybe 1,000 kilometers of a forward area in his entire soft-skinned life. So listen, I got three clips for you here. One is I had a whole article I was going to read that really nailed it. I'm only going to read two paragraphs of it at the end of this entire thing. It's from the New Republic, but I want to. Steve Bannon started his show 2 days ago saying this. Not he didn't start the show, but he started about this particular topic, about this issue, saying this, attacking Elon, but he doesn't use the word Elon. He uses the word oligarch. We know what he's talking about. Watch this.
This whole thing about, we want to get all this and they're only geniuses, that's H-1B visas. That's not what it's about. It's about taking American jobs and bringing over essentially become indentured servants at lower wages. Like I told those guys in the room, hey, if you got an Einstein every 25 years, come to us. Maybe we can make an exception for Einstein. Maybe, if it's proven. The whole thing's a scam. This thing's a scam by the oligarchs in Silicon Valley to basically take jobs from American citizens, give them to what become indentured servants from foreign countries, and then pay them less. Simple. To let them into through the golden door.
He's right about just a fraction of what he's talking about here. He's right for the wrong reasons, though. The problematic aspect of H-1B is that it does get abused by oligarchs, by billionaire types who want cheap labor, qualified, capable, technically correct, technically proficient labor, and they want to pay them little to nothing. Certainly not what they would pay a skilled American laborer, whether that be in tech or whether that be in some other sector of our economy. It's misused. Steve Bannon's right on this. He's right for the wrong reasons, though. He is a nativist. He is looking at this from a racist perspective. We don't want any more brown people in our country. So he has Laura Loomer, Islamophobe, virulent racist, on his show to talk about this, and she goes crazy. What's interesting about this entire thing is they can recognize the conflict of interests, the conflicts of interest that envelop Elon Musk and those conflicts that cause a national security threat, they can realize it now once he pushes back against their rate of their racist nativism. But only now can they recognize, oh, he's a national security threat because of his closeness to China and Russia and others. She doesn't say Russia. She just hones in on China because, you know, they're beholden to Russia and Vladimir Putin's approval. But watch Laura Loomer get to the heart of the matter. Again, she's right, but for the wrong reasons.
So I also have a problem with his ties to China. Okay, I really do feel that it's inappropriate for a guy who is being funded by, well, you know, he's closely aligned with Xi Jinping and Li Qiang of the CCP. They support his Shanghai Gigafactory. Why does this guy have unfettered access to President Trump? And what are the national security implications of this? I know that you've spoken out about this, and we really need to have an honest conversation about this. At what point do we say, thank you so much for supporting President Trump and donating to his ground game, but these conflicts are inappropriate and they're going to create potential controversy for President Trump and his nominees in the Trump administration? We need to have an honest conversation about this that isn't blinded by people's love fest for a technocratic billionaire. We need to protect President Trump from these conflicts. The guys that are going in to advise on tech are openly tweeting about their investment portfolios in Palantir while they're appointing all of their Palantir associates to serve in the Trump administration. These are inappropriate conflicts that we would be criticizing the Democrats for, and we need to have the same standards. We need to have the same standards, or else we're no better than the Democrats.
Is that how Steve Bannon tries to get her to shut up? He just breathes heavy into the microphone. Or is he having an episode? I don't know, nor do I care. But what she's saying, a portion of what she's saying is correct. It just happens to be for the wrong reasons. She's not worried about the conflicts of interest and the duality and the duplicity relative to Elon Musk. She's not worried about him having been an illegal immigrant and a hypocrite. None of that matters to her. What matters to her is this nativism, racist motivated thinking about the H-1B visa. And it is causing an absolute split. There is a gulf that is being created between powerful MAGA individuals. I'm not talking about Laura Loomer being powerful, but absolutely Steve Bannon holds sway over tens of millions of people who consider them ultra MAGA or whatever. It's a problem. What's interesting, though, and very perplexing, it's not perplexing, they're hypocrites, they're liars, but it is interesting that now they're waking up to the fact that Elon Musk isn't some champion of free speech. He's not a free speech absolutist or a First Amendment purist at all. Because once these MAGA pukes, started criticizing him, he's putting the ban hammer, he's suspending their Twitter accounts, he's taken away their blue checks, and they're apoplectic over it. Now they've seen it all along, but it didn't impact them. They don't care about free speech. They don't care about the First Amendment. They're not worried about censorship when it doesn't impact them. But once it starts trickling down onto them, shit rolling downhill or whatever, they absolutely have a problem with it. Watch her go off the rails about being personally impacted by Elon Musk's lack of attention to, lack of loyalty to the concept of free speech.
Laura, real quickly, he's a free speech absolutist. The platform's supposed to be about free speech absolutism. What is your current status, ma'am? What has happened to you on that platform?
Well, if he's a free speech absolutist, why was my account suspended? Why was my verified premium account taken away from me? So if you subscribe to me, thank you for your support, but you will no longer be able to subscribe to me because Elon Musk has suspended your ability to support my work because he doesn't like what I said. If you want to verify that my account is me and it's not some troll trying to pretend to be me, you're not going to be able to verify my account anymore because I have lost my verification, my blue check, because Elon Musk doesn't like what I said. I didn't dox anybody. I posted publicly available FEC records. I didn't incite violence against anybody. I am simply trying to warn the Trump administration about something that is going to blow up in their face. And it actually has the risk of potentially getting President Trump impeached in his second term if the Democrats take back the House and are successfully able to spin and create a narrative that big tech is trying to buy influence and that they are enriching themselves in the Trump administration. I'm trying to warn them about a serious issue on the horizon, and it needs to be taken seriously because clearly the MAGA base is up in arms about this today.
Yeah. How dare those billionaires try to enrich themselves off the back of the Trump administration? That's solely the purview of Donald Trump to enrich himself from his own administration. I don't want to go too long here, but I'll put the screenshot of the headline of this New Republic article, and I'll link to it in the description below so you can read this article, because they talk about why they're getting this wrong. Here's the headline. Steve Bannon joins war against Elon Musk as MAGA implodes. Donald Trump's biggest fans are at each other's throats over immigration and H-1B visas in particular. I will put this below. I would advise that you read as much as you can of it. It's not super long, but it's very informative. It really gets to the heart of what's going on here. I welcome your opinion on this as well as I always do. You can comment below. That'll help trigger the YouTube gods to share this content with new possible subscribers, and that is great. I'm zeroing in on 900,000 subscribers. I would appreciate it very much. While I'm talking about subscribers, you could also... Can't talk today. You should also go subscribe to Brittany Page's channel. She's within 13,000 of 100,000 subscribers. Man, what a milestone. So great. It's also very, very smart content over there talking about policy, about poverty, about homelessness, about women's rights, about just generally things that are very important and oftentimes overlooked or under talked about because they don't get the clicks as they should. Anyway, if you want to help support this work, produce this work, click the join button below, become a channel member. You can go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast, and I will see you next time. Until then, be genuine and take care of one another.